We mentioned the defeat last week. They make 3 changes from the 5-1 loss. Thomas Hasal is the big one between the sticks. They make 6 changes from last week's dominant victory over Sporting Kansas City to LA going right to left. Rapids 2 by the end of the night could head atop the Western Conference, but it requires 3 points in order to do so. But there were signs of promise. Eric Boucher saying teams weren't playing through us after the first match against Austin. And since the turn of the calendar to April, they have been a tough nut to crack. 4 wins in 5 entering tonight. They bounced back from the Minnesota defeat last Wednesday with a really dominant 3-0 victory over Sporting Kansas City 2 last Sunday, and got themselves in a really positive position in the early stages of 2025. Here's Harris winning this back. Played off to the Academy product in Swan, who celebrated his 18th birthday yesterday. Harris cutting across, a chance, it's still loose. And finally running out of real estate, LAFC 2 and Colorado Rapids 2. LAFC currently enters the night just outside the playoff places, but only by a point, as Moyado is slow to get up after that challenge. Colorado, we've mentioned it off the top, 3 points would take them atop the Western Conference standings tonight. As you see, Moyado just shoved by Mamadou Bilo Diop. Not much in it, but enough to send him clattering to the deck. This is excellent interplay. And options for LA. Decent stop there from Campagnolo. Here for the black and gold in the early stages, and Sebastian Nava at the heart of both. You see the 1-2 that buys him space to open up his hips here. Just beyond the 10-minute threshold, and it is LA playing the role of the aggressor, but Colorado keeping them honest on the break as expected. It is not a Rapids 2 side that will willingly cede possession. Eric Boucher emphasized that strongly with me on the phone this week. Said, at no point do I expect them to play through us. We will hold our own on the possessional front. But we are lethal on the break as well. It's a ball that's just overcooked for Saldana, and this is Colton Swan. Garcia. Wide to Jaden Chantak. Swan laying it back off to Chantak. He was weaving through a convoy of defenders before losing out. And it may open up for LA the other way. Nava laying it off. It was a decent effort from Mahalik, but one that was right at Campagnolo. We rapidly approach the quarter of an hour mark here from Fullerton, California. Pinto, it's a heavy touch. It comes to Matt Evans, who's been so dynamic going forward. Nava, Nielsen, chopping it back for Evans, and it is right at Campagnolo in the end. Finished top of the West. Eric Boucher, the 2023 Next Pro Coach of the Year, a side that made its way to the Western Conference semifinals before falling in the playoffs. Last season, though, a major regression back to earth. And a side that was much younger, lost a lot of its key contributors, as is the natural scenario when you field a very competitive Next Pro team the year before. But they have readjusted their roster, only 7 major returners from a season ago, and find themselves competitive again. A bevy of draft picks, new additions. Here's Diaz from afar, carried away by Campagnolo. It's none of them particularly glaring, but Diaz sees nobody close him down. He says, why not have a pop? 4 wins from 7. This is Carlos Diaz. Nielsen. Pointing it towards the back post. Only made its way to Cairo Walters, but Flores first to it. There is a lot of conversation around the LA organization about finding a center forward for LAFC2. Remember, this year they opened with Alec Hughes as their proper striker, one of the best center forwards in all of college soccer at UMass a season ago. And he scored twice in his first two, but since his early season injury, they've lacked a proper center forward, playing Mahalik out of position right now. Here's Moyano from afar. There's one for the cameras, but not one that troubled Campagnolo. Snatched back by Diaz. Challenge comes in, and the referee may have just pointed to the spot. That he did. Eric Diaz taking the contact. And we may have a spot kick from 12 yards in. Guerra converts. It will be marred in controversy, but LA won't care. LAFC 2 leads 1-0. And we'll see how that alters things. Now Walters giving chase. Flag stays down. It's Walters. Late intervention does the job. LA with the wind in their sails now. You see Cairo Walters. He has the step on Belouz, who impedes him just enough to allow the reinforcements to arrive. As now Rapids 2 dodging a bullet. Garcia. Chantak dinking it into Swan. A heavy touch that is stabbed away, and Alex Harris slow to get up. For those that care, the shots advantage strongly in LA's favor. An 8-3 shots advantage for LAFC 2. A 5-1 shots on target advantage as well. Rapids 2's only shot on goal came from afar, right into the gloves of Thomas Hasal. Will be 3 minutes of added time that separate us from intermission. As things stand, DeCarlo Guerra's 43rd minute penalty is what makes the difference. And it will be a conversation point among both sets of fans after the match, I'm sure. This is curled and it's in! Trickling through a thicket of defenders. Rapids 2 is level, and Malik Pinto pulling them on an even playing field. Well, you don't have to worry as much about the impact of the penalty because Pinto has pulled them right back on a level playing field. He had no white or black shirts in his way that time. Well, there's the halftime whistle. It was an opening 45 minutes that was largely cagey. Few chances, or few clear-cut chances at that. Just awaiting our referee signal, and we are back underway from Fullerton. It all hangs in the balance here ahead of the final 45 minutes between LAFC 2 and Colorado Rapids 2. LA looking to get back to winning ways after dropping points in back-to-back matches. Colorado looking to climb atop the West if all breaks right. So Jones Jr. is officially into the match. We're just waiting on word on who it is for. Jones Jr. is a fullback, or a natural fullback at that, who's started 5 matches this year. This is his first substitute appearance in MLS Next Pro play. Has scored once this season. Has dished out an assist. It came in the U.S. Open Cup in the first round thrashing of FC Arizona on March 19th. So experience for the former CSUN product. Walter snatching this back, and a counter potential for LA. Playing it forward. Lashed too close on Campagnolo, and the chance is lost for Mahalik and company this offseason. He was someone that they found out at Cal Baptist, so they're not necessarily targeting high-profile power conference players. They're targeting a lot of local lads who they know can play. And it has fit Junior Gonzalez's system quite well through the first year and change. Saldaña. This is Moyado. Walters. Back for Evans now. Looking ahead. Decent effort on the half turn from Mahalik, but rolling harmlessly to Campagnolo. Garcia has support ahead. This is Anthony Garcia. Maybe held on to it too long. Comes out to Bilo Giap. Amadou. Chantak. Quite on the same wavelength as Colton Swan. The two of them have a rapport that goes back years. Both academy products, both of similar age as well, and making their debuts at similar times. Swan a little ahead of the curve, working his way into the second team fold a year ago. Chantak starting to carve out a role. But when you talk to Colton Swan, he's mentioned that close relationship. As LAFC 2 breaking the other way, Mahalik is through, and Mahalik scores! Five-star counter, and LA is right back in front. Fullerton is rocking, and Tommy Mahalik is the cause of that celebration. Just dances past one, and now brought down in the area, an immediate point to the spot. Alex Harris sent tumbling, and Colorado apparently has an opportunity from 12. Well, you see Harris just bypasses Carlos Diaz and wrong foots him, and then it is Harris against Tassal. Colorado looking for a route on back to a level playing field. Harris drills it. We are all square once again here in Fullerton. No mistakes on this spot kick from Alex Harris. You see him win the penalty, no real debate here. The bite comes late from Diaz, and then he just drills. Derek Jones Jr. An early cross, it's a decent one. Chantak was first to it, and the referee's pointing to the spot. Let's get another look at this. Jones' cross comes in. It does hit Belouza's hand. Matt Evans, who's on a yellow card, will vacate for LAFC 2. Gavin Zambrano to replace him. Meanwhile, Sydney with Thuda replacing Anthony Garcia. And Steve Flores leaving for Colorado Rapids 2. Can DeCarlo Guerra convert from the spot once again? A chance to put LAFC 2 in front for the third time tonight. Yes, he can! A second penalty that's even better than the first, and LA leads 3-2. Third penalty issued by our referee tonight, second for LA. Now in the final 5 minutes of the initial 90. Garcia has a hit. It nearly came all the way through, but Hasal saw it the whole way. Get another look at the set piece. It's not a bad one. Garcia manages to find the hole in the wall. With Thuda within swing. Toward the back post. Cleared out of danger, only as far as Garcia, and that is the full-time whistle. LAFC 2 fights over the finish line.